Hey everyone, welcome back. We are out here in the field today, getting started on Monday, fueling up combines. All right, just rolling up here to the field. It is, I don't know, like 12:15 or something. I was planning on being a little bit earlier, but not a big deal. So we're gonna fuel up my combine. Cody said that he thought he had plenty. He put some in out of his truck last night. So Cody got moved here last night, and we got 50 acres done in total. So I'm gonna, first thing, we'll jump across the ditch there, and then we've got the other part of this field is back there in the back, so we just have to go around the woods there and everything. So we're gonna get fueled up, put DEF in, and then I guess we'll get fired up. I've been putting this off for way too long. We are actually gonna be able to see out of the cab today. I really hate washing windows on the combine because it just doesn't come off. Like, you have to wash it at least 3 times to get all this crud to come off there. So this is gonna take me a minute. Okay, finally done filling fuel, like 250 gallons later. Hey, the windows aren't perfect, but they're a lot better than they were. So we're gonna check out our sickle, make sure there's nothing majorly wrong, which there is something wrong, but I can't figure out what it is. Something is like really hitting or messed up in this area, and I can't seem to figure out what it is. So anyways, I'm just gonna check, make sure we got all the sections and everything, and we'll go ahead. Yep, everything seems to be pretty good. Other than this one guard that's broke, but it was broke yesterday and I didn't have any trouble with it, so it'll be all right. But I wish I could figure out what's going on this side of the head, because it's making a really loud noise, and I can't seem to figure out what the deal is, but it's like got some pressure here on one of these or something. I don't know, but I guess we'll run it till it breaks again. Okay, just fired it up and we're cutting. Oh, this thing's like a brand new machine. I can actually see out of the windows. Crazy. The back window, I didn't clean that one. Maybe tomorrow on that one. But we got a nice little breeze here, so everything's dry and running good. So the beans here in the lower ground are definitely doing a lot better. So rainfall was our #1 issue here for these beans. We're not yielding what we were on some of the other ones. So up around home, we seem to catch some more rain this year than what we did down here, down south. So these beans down here have kind of been iffy. They're really spotty in places. You can tell, like, the lower ground is where it holds moisture a little bit better. The beans will get up to, you know, kind of where they should be, but up here on the hills and stuff, they just kind of drop off pretty bad. But some of the fields have been pretty decent. Some of them aren't. I think the rainfall was really spotty from field to field, even down here. So we'll keep cutting and get these knocked out. We got one more field of beans over here that are regular commercial beans, and then we'll be going over west. So I think those beans will maybe do a little bit better than what we've seen over here, but I guess we'll find out whenever the combine rolls. Okay, we finished up that front field out there, and we've moved to the back now, and these are doing about the same as they were in the front. You know, up on the hill here, not doing quite as good, but we picked up a rider, like, probably, it's been like an hour and a half. She's been asleep for that entire time. So she's gonna be wound up here after a while, once she wakes up. But anyways, we're going pretty good. So Dad came down and got the loaded truck from last night, and then he brought up another one, so I'm working on filling it, and he'll be back with the other one here soon. So, and then Cody should be getting here within the next half hour, and then we can get both machines running and finish all this up here. Who finally showed up? Got off of school. Well, we'll be able to wipe this out here pretty quick because I just finished up in that field. So we're gonna get started on this one. And I know there's 16 acres right there to that post, and then there's probably 10 here. So there may not even be that much. So these beans are doing pretty decent down here in this low ground. Getting kind of pretty bushy, hard to run through. Okay, last pass of this field, sort of. We got some stuff we got to clean up that has cuckleburs in it, and we didn't want to put that in with the seed, so we're gonna go dump. And then we got a few patches here and there that we've got to clean up that had that stuff in it. So we have the dump truck around here somewhere that we've been putting the clean out beans into and stuff like that. So those will just get sent off at the regular beans. For the most part, the combine will blow out the cuckleburs because they're fairly light, but we don't want to take any chances with contaminating our whole bin just to get a few beans like that. So it's not that the beans are going to go to waste. I mean, we're going to take them and send them with the rest of our beans, but anyways, so we're going to go up here and get unloaded. I've about got a full tank here, and so we're gonna figure out what the plan is for where we're going next. Okay, just got the heads taken off, both of them. Oakley had to do a big stretch break, and there's a little bit left on the grain cart, I think, because we had to put some on there last night. So I'm gonna take that back there through the woods and put that on the truck and get that all finished up. So we'll get that there and then figure out where we're going, because I'm not really sure. Okay, we just got moved over here to the other field. So this is the other field we had in the area. Cody actually cut this field probably a week or two ago, but we just have this one across the road. There's about 140 acres in total between a few fields here, so we're gonna try to knock these out tomorrow. I don't think there's any way we're gonna be able to cut tonight. It's already 7 o'clock basically, and it's sun's down and it's starting to get tough, so no sense in starting right now. So I'm gonna try to figure out what is going on with this head while I've got a little bit of daylight left. We just brought the dump truck over and put it in the barn here, and then we had to get the semis rounded up and get them on their way home and everything. So we got to go back over and blow the combine off, and then I was working on the head. I kind of figured out what's going on there, and then we got to fix that in the morning, and then should be fixed. So we got to go back over and blow the combine off though yet tonight. Okay, it is Tuesday and we've made it to the field. So I actually figured out what's going on with my head. So not my head, the soybean head. So there was a couple bolts that I had put in on the splice the other day where it breaks, where the sickle comes together, because this one's in a couple different sections. So there's a splice in it. Well, that splice broke the other day, and so I just put the regular bolts in it. Didn't think anything about it, and then that noise got worse. And so finally last night I was working on it, and I seen that the heads on those bolts that I put in were too big, and they needed to be a flush-headed bolt. So went to the dealer and got those this morning, because I thought we had some, but we didn't. So we got those, and I put them on there, and now the head sounds great. So that fixed that problem. Wasn't anything major. So we're running down here. We got 25 acres done, and Dad's in the other combine. He's probably got 10 or 15 now. So finally getting going here. We had to move the vertical till to the other field up there to keep that going and some stuff like that. So finally got down here to the field, getting going here. Hopefully we'll be able to get at least this field done here. There's 140 acres in total, but it's split up in between a few different fields here. So I'm not sure how much we'll get done. I know we'll get this big area done, which this is probably 100 acres here in this big field, and then there's about 50 acres between another couple fields. So there's a couple little patches we got to do, but we'll try to at least get this done today. There's some grass and stuff that always comes up in this field, and once it gets tough in the evenings, it's really hard to cut through it. So we'll probably have to quit at 6:30, 7 o'clock as soon as the sun goes down. Okay, we got the big field done, which is over there across the ditch, and we just got moved across. We had to take the sketchy bridge across, and that was actually kind of scary because I've never done that with this machine, and the back wheels are fairly large on this one, and they are widened out. So there was like probably from here it looks like there was a half of the tire was sticking off the bridge, but realistically it was probably like a quarter of it was hanging off the side on each side. I don't know, but it was kind of sketchy. So anyways, Chris is running the grain cart for us. These beans over here are doing a little bit better. The ones over there in places, parts of that field were doing really bad, and parts of it were doing pretty good. And so I don't know, we're just gonna see what it all comes out here. Well, the wind kind of picked up a little bit, and we were able to get over here in this last field, so we're gonna have it knocked out, and then we are going to be done with beans over here, so that'd be good. Not sure what tomorrow's plan is going to be now that we have this all done, but I guess we will figure that out here this evening or in the morning. Just a few passes left here. It doesn't take very long with 240-foot heads. You can really knock out a field. This is probably only 20-acre field, but like I said, the wind picked up, so that kept the dew kind of dried up and not causing any problems with cutting the beans or anything. I am noticing now I'm getting a few more pods in the tank, but we're close enough to being done that it's not going to matter. So we'll get this knocked out here, and then go over there and blow the combines off and call it a night. We just got home from the field, and Cody's lucky he didn't pull his truck like a foot closer to this. We've got major spillage. I'm not sure who's responsible for this one, but yeah. So luckily it didn't hurt anything, because that could have been a lot worse than it was. Okay, it's Wednesday. We just got down to the field. Just brought the corn head down with me. So I got a kind of long walk. I'm gonna go down here and get the combine from where we parked it at last night. Bring it up here on the hill, and then we are going to get after this corn right here behind me. So we got about 75 acres here that hopefully we can knock out today. Going ahead and getting it fueled up. Just put a couple bags of DEF in. That way we don't have to worry about running out. The fuel trailer is probably going to run out here in a minute. So I think this is like the third or fourth time I've filled up out of it. So and then we'll be able to get that filled back up. Okay, we're getting started here. I got 2 laps around this smaller field here. That's it's 75 acres in 2 fields here. So corn is not doing very good at all. This was some of the later stuff that we planted, and yeah, it's just not doing great. So this was a field where I had to come back like 2 times to try to get it all planted with rain, and it was like right towards the end of when we were planting. couldn't get in here, it just wouldn't dry out. There's places that just don't dry out very well. I mean, there's some hills, but in the bottoms, they don't like to dry out very well, and so not doing very good. This is the best part I've seen. I'm taking a pass right through the middle, and it's man. So should be able to knock this out pretty easy here today, given that we don't have any problems. Okay, we've made it over to the big field, and we've got let's see, probably 30 acres done in it, or maybe not that much. Anyways, the corn has picked up in places, like right here, it's doing like really good. But it's just very inconsistent. I don't really know. The moisture is very inconsistent. Like we're anywhere from 18 to 25. So I don't know. It's very odd. But there's places it's doing good, places it's doing terrible. So I think it's going to average out to average yield. I mean, nothing crazy, but if it can, make an average yield, I guess that's all right. So we're rolling along here pretty good. I'm planning on getting this done tonight. So I should be able to get this done. It's about 72 acres in total, and then I've got 48 done right now. So I got pretty smooth running back here, long rows, and straight, fairly level. So nothing too bad. Nice field, and it's starting to make pretty good out here in the better parts. I can't make it down unless I have a complete empty tank, so that's good, but it keeps him moving in the grain cart. We've got plenty of trucks, so not having to wait on that. So Trevor's over there bush hogging, and Colton's running the grain cart, and then we've got like 4 trucks going right now. We're about 12 miles away from the farm right now, so that's why it's taking so many trucks to keep up, because they've got a lot of miles and not a very good road to get there, so it's pretty slow going. There's your grain cart pulling up. I'll flip this around. Okay, it's about 8:15, and we've got 3 rounds, or 3 passes left, and then there's a couple of short rows at the other end. But we had 2 more trucks come back here at the end, and he's getting ready to fill one of those, and then we should be able to get it on the 1 truck and the grain cart, and then we may have another truck come back. So we're gonna try to get the combine and the grain cart inside tonight, because it's supposed to start raining here in the morning. Okay, well, I got interrupted by the radio there, and I don't really remember what I was saying, but we've got the last pass here, so we're definitely going to get it all on the grain cart, but I'm hoping we can get it all on this last truck here. I don't think it's going to go, though, so he's coming back with another truck anyways. He's probably just going to, if we don't have to put anything on it, we'll just park it down here, but we most likely will, so not a big deal. We got plenty more corn to go down here, so I'm gonna be making a lot more trips. The head trailer's over there, so we'll have to bring the combine back over there where the trucks are at and stuff, and we're gonna try to get this all moved in and put inside. Okay, that's it. Just got this one done. That is a 75 acre day, so not bad at all. We didn't get started till about 2 o'clock, so it's 8:30, 8:40 now, so not too bad. We'll get this thing shut down and get everything blowed off. I'm not for sure if he's gonna be able to get that all on there. Okay, just got the head unhooked right there, and he's loading the rest of that on the other truck out here. There they are right there. And Trevor's still bush hogging. we're gonna figure out what our plan is, try to get everything moved over to the barn. Okay, we've got a convoy here. So corn head, combine, grain cart, my truck with the draper head that we were using yesterday, and a semi behind that. So we got a convoy. We're just heading like 2 miles over here to the barn, and we're gonna get this stuff put inside. We just got everything packed inside here, so it'll be out of the rain. It's supposed to start raining like tomorrow afternoon. It is Thursday and it's raining outside. I'm not exactly sure how much we've gotten yet, but it is a decent amount. I would say at least a quarter or half of an inch. So there's Oakley. We're just kind of working around the shop today. It's about 5 o'clock, I think. So this morning I worked some cattle, had to run them through and give them vaccinations. They were new calves. So we did that, and just kind of working on this 7930 a little bit, getting it all finished up, cleaned up, changed the oil in it. I'm gonna grease this baler, working on a few tires here on the accumulator part on the baler. There's Oakley sitting like a person in the chair. These tires, they like to go flat on here, so we're going to try to get those fixed. Just doing some stuff that we've been needing to get to, but we've just been too busy out in the field. So we should be back in the fields tomorrow if it doesn't rain anymore than what it already has. And if we aren't tomorrow, definitely on Saturday. So I'm going to finish this up here and probably call it a day. Okay, it's Friday and we've got the corn head hooked up to the combine, and so I'm gonna go through it a little bit here. It's a little wet. There's the gravel and stuff still even wet, so not in a huge hurry here, but we're gonna try to go through and check some oils, grease, and stuff on the corn head while we've got a little bit of time. We did it before we started, but there's a couple of the plugs where we grease, a couple of the grease plugs back here that are getting stripped out, so ordered some new ones and got those in. So those are the top of the gearbox, and then they are also the dipstick for the grease that you have to put in there. So there they are, right here. If they're into the washer, I guess there's a hole in the bag. Anyways, that's this right here. So we use this dipstick to check the amount of grease in the gearbox, and so some of the threads were getting stripped out, so we're going to try to replace those bad ones and make sure they got plenty of grease in there. So I got a whole box of grease sitting here in the back of the truck, so be able to get that, because most of the time I'll just go through and put about 50 pumps in them and then check them and to kind of see where they're at. So we'll work on that and try to get everything going. We don't really have much help today, so going to be kind of difficult to show any corn, but we've got from here, so we're at the big barn here down south, but we've got one field right back there, and then we've got another field just north right here. So we got about 85 acres in that one right here north, so probably going to go there because that was no-tilled, and so that would be a little bit more solid. This field back here, we had to work it up because that's where we put our sludge on this spring. So we'll have to wait a little bit on that one to dry out, and then from there we've just got 120 south right here, and then that kind of finishes us up in this area. So I'm gonna work on this and get this all ready to go, and then we'll see what kind of help we have. Well, it's the next day. Didn't have a very productive day yesterday, but it's okay. We didn't really have any help. So I did get the combine and corn head all ready, and so I just made it to the field now. We're gonna get started and try to knock a lot of this out here. So we've got about 85 acres in total. There's one big 50-acre field, and then the rest of it's between 3 other fields. So we're gonna start here in this little barn field and see what we can get done today. Should have enough help that we can stay moving. All right, we're going at it now. We got some good corn. Even the inrows didn't do terrible. There's a few trees, you know, around some edges here, but corn didn't even go down too bad there. So looking pretty good for this field. That field across the road should be better because it doesn't have any trees around it, only on one side there, so that helps. We just got one more patch right across the road there. It's like 9 acres, and then we got like a 2-acre patch on the other side, and then we can get to the big field and get to getting something done. So we're 15 or 16 acres in here, and we've already filled. We're gonna have 2 trucks full, so that's good. And grain cart's not gonna be able to keep up, so that's always a good problem to have. All right, well, just as I said everything was going good, we had a gathering chain break, which it was no big deal. I just noticed that the road was pushing and wasn't bringing corn in, so I keep a couple in the truck, so we just pulled it off and cleaned out the spring, and then put it back on there, and it's good to go. So didn't take us too long, maybe 15 minutes to fix, so we'll get back at it. Our chances of getting this done today are pretty slim, but hopefully we can get over to the big field and at least get it all opened up. Okay, we've made it across the road to the big field. I got those other 2 little patches knocked out. We have a rider now. She's asleep. She has been for a while. But we got moved over here so we can park the trucks right there on the road, and then it doesn't take the grain cart quite as long to get up there. I don't know what that was all about. I didn't move or nothing. She acted like I stepped on her tail. I didn't do anything. But anyway, so this corn's kind of all over the place. There's like up on the hills, it's not very good, and then you get down in here and it does really good. So it's kind of just all over the place, but it's good where it's good. So average is going to come out decent. So okay, we're still going here. It's about 8 o'clock, 7:50, and we should be wrapping it up here pretty soon. We're not going to get this done tonight. I've got 26 acres done in this field, so about half done with it. Okay, well, we decided to go ahead and run another truck because Dad was coming back with one anyway, so we did that, and he's got enough to load him, so we're just gonna have to have a little bit on the grain cart overnight, which is not a big deal. So I'm gonna pick up right here at the end, and then that'll be it for tonight. Hey, it's Sunday evening, and we just came down here and finished up like 15 acres that I had left in this field from last night. So Cody's unloading the rest of that there. I'm off the grain cart, and we're just gonna take this up here to the barn because we got the cornfield that we have left right around here is right up here next to the barn. So we're just gonna bring this up, put it up for tonight, and then hopefully we can get a good start tomorrow, and work on some soybeans as well.